Hello, today we'll talk about the fourth ventricle. So, main objectives which I'm going to cover in this topic is the introduction, boundaries, the rhomboid fossa, telocardia fourth ventricle, communication, openings in the roof, recesses of fourth ventricle, clinical anatomy, and assignment. The cavity of the hindbrain is called as fourth ventricle. It is a tent-shaped space. Anteriorly, it is related to pons and upper part of medulla, and posteriorly to the cerebellum. Boundaries are the lateral wall, floor, roof, and cavity. Lateral boundary. So, bounded superior laterally by the superior cerebellar peduncle, inferior laterally by the inferior cerebellar peduncles, along with the gracile and cuneate tubercles. The floor is called as rhomboid fossa because the floor is rhomboid in shape. It is related to the posterior surface, thus the lower closed part of pons, and posterior surface or upper part of the medulla oblongata. It is lined by ependyma, a thin layer of neuroglia beneath the ependyma. Gray matter forms the various nuclei deep to the neuroglia. So it's basically divided into upper triangular part, which is related to dorsal surface of pons, the lower triangular part, which is related to the dorsal surface of the medulla, and the intermediate part, which forms the junction between the pons and the medulla. The intermediate part is prolonged laterally over the inferior cerebellar peduncles to form the floor of the lateral recess. So, main features seen here is the stria medullaris, which is a transversely running fibers. They represent fibers from the arcuate nucleus to the opposite cerebellum. The floor is divided by the dorsal median sulcus into right and left halves. So, median eminence is a longitudinal elevation lying next to the midline. The sulcus limitans lies lateral to the median eminence. It separates the median eminence and the lateral vestibular area. This vestibular area lies partly in the pons and partly in the medulla. So, in the sulcus limitans, we have two depressions. The cranial depression is called as superior fovea, and the caudal depression is called as inferior fovea. So, now coming to the pontine part, the median eminence is wider above and narrow below. So, main feature seen here is the facial colliculus. So, it lies medial to the superior fovea. It is mainly formed by the genu of the facial nerve, which loops around the abducent nucleus. Locus coeruleus, it is situated in the upper pontine part of the sulcus limitans, is bluish in color. Deep to it is the nucleus coeruleus. It belongs to the reticular formation. It is rich in non-adrenaline. It helps in paradoxical sleep. Now coming to the medullary part, from the inferior fovea, a sulcus descends obliquely towards the midline. This sulcus divides the median eminence into two triangles, the hypoglossal triangle and the vagal triangle. The hypoglossal triangle, medially it overlies the hypoglossal nucleus. Vagal triangle, situated laterally, overlies the vagal nucleus. Area postrema, the area between the vagal nucleus, vagal triangle above and the gracile tubercle below. This functions as a chemoreceptor. This area is devoid of blood-brain barrier. The vestibular area lies lateral to the inferior fovea. It overlies the vestibular nuclei. The area extends partly in pons and medulla. Camellus scriptorius. The lowest part of the floor resembles a pointed nib of a writing pen. Obex. The inferior lateral margin of the ventricle is marked by a narrow white ridge or tinea. Both the right and left tinea meet at the inferior angle of the floor to form a small fold called as obex. With this, we have completed the floor. Now coming to the roof, this is diamond shaped, divided into superior and inferior parts. The superior part is formed by superior cerebellar peduncles and superior medullary vellum. The inferior part is a thin sheet devoid of nervous tissue, formed by ventricular ependyma. There is a double fold of pyometer called as stela cardiae. Caudally, this sheath is incomplete. There is an incomplete gap called as median aperture, where the cavity communicates with the subarachnoid space. So this is called a cerebellomedullary cistern. So telocardia of the fourth ventricle is a double-layered fold of pyometer, occupies the interval between the cerebellum and the lower part of the ventricle. Posterior layer covers the inferior vermis and nodule, while anteriorly and inferiorly the pia is reflected onto the ependyma. The telocardia with the vascular fringes covered with ependyma form the choroid plexus. Each plexus, that is the right and left, consists of a vertical limb lying in the midline. The vertical limb of two sides lie side by side. The horizontal limbs extends to the lateral recess. The whole plexus is T-shaped. The vertical limbs reach the median aperture and project into the subarachnoid space. The horizontal limbs reach the lateral end, that is the lateral aperture. So main artery of this plexus is the posterior inferior cerebellar artery, also called as PICA. Next, coming to the communication of the ventricle. Superiorly, it is continuous with the cerebral aqueduct, and inferiorly with the central canal of the spinal cord. There are two openings in the roof. You have two openings, that is foramen of Magendie in the roof and two lateral foramen of Lashka. Coming to the foramen of Magendie, a median aperture situated caudal to the nodule, where it communicates between the ventricular system and the subarachnoid space. The lateral aperture, called as foramen of Lashka, they are two in number, situated at the ends of the lateral recess, partly occupied by the choroid plexus. So this also communicates between the ventricular system and the subarachnoid space. Coming to the angles, the superior angle is continuous with the cerebral aqueduct. The inferior angle is continuous with the central canal of the spinal cord. The lateral angles, one on each side towards the inferior cerebellar peduncles. So recesses of the fourth ventricle, the median dorsal recess, two lateral dorsal recess, and two lateral recesses. The median dorsal recess is present in median plane. It extends dorsally into white core of the cerebellum. Two lateral dorsal recess, one on each side. It lies on either side of the median dorsal recess. Two lateral recesses, one on each side. It is present between the inferior cerebellar peduncle anteriorly and the peduncle of flocculus posteriorly. Here are the vital centers situated in the vicinity of the vagal triangle. Injury of this area is fatal. In case of infratentorial brain tumors, block will occur in the foramen of Lashka and Magendie. This results in raise in the intracranial pressure, causing headache, vomiting, papilledema, etc. So coming to the assignment, describe the boundaries and structure of the rhomboid fossa or floor of the fourth ventricle with the help of a diagram. The recesses of fourth ventricle, openings in the roof of fourth ventricle. A clinical problem. So criminal was hanged to death. How does death occur in hanging? Name the ligaments related to the atlanto-occipital joint, atlanto-axial joint, and ligaments between axis and occipital condyles.